Hello and welcome to VR Reviews. Today we'll be reviewing the Figma Mikasa Ackerman from Attack on Titan. So yes, I finally got around to getting all of the Attack on Titan Figma figures, and I'm just going to review them one after the other over the next 2 weeks. And we're going to start with Mikasa, because she's my favorite character out of the ones that are available. All in all, these are pretty much exactly what you should expect from Figma quality, except they're Attack on Titan figures, which makes them better than a lot of other Figma stuff. Now let's go ahead and zoom in for the articulation, sculpting details, all those sorts of things. Alright, starting off with a quick size comparison. Of course, here we have our Figma figure. Here's our standard Marvel Legends 6-inch Cosmic Armor Iron Man and 3 3/4-inch Marvel Universe Wolverine. As usual, the Japanese scale is generally a bit smaller than the American 6-inch scale, so the Figma figures are much smaller than Marvel Legends, but still bigger than a 3 3/4-inch figure. And here are all of our Attack on Titan figures compared to one another, just so you can get a general range of how big they are. Now let's get everything else out of here and just look at Mikasa. Alright, moving on to our 360 spin. Of course, Mikasa is wearing the standard brown jacket with all the proper insignias, white button-up shirt underneath that, and she is wearing her scarf, which is removable if you so desire to do so. All the strapping is present on the chest, leading down to the belt and the little skirt piece. And then she has the straps on her legs, white pants, and her boots. All the detail is sculpted really nicely, and I honestly have nothing to really complain about there. Now let's go ahead and zoom out and look at her head sculpts. Head sculpt-wise, Mikasa has her black hair, which has all the little striations sculpted into it, so that looks good. And then she has 3 different face sculpts. She has her standard expression, her sort of concerned expression, and then her open-mouth screaming face. All the faces are painted nicely, the eyes are done well, all the teeth and mouth parts are painted on the faces that's applicable to, so those are all very good, no real complaints there. Let's go ahead and zoom out and look at some articulation. Articulation-wise, you got pretty standard Figma articulation here. Head's on a disc, goes up and down, side to side, joint the neck as well, so that moves around. Shoulders move up and down, in and out, rotate around. Elbows, disc hinges, rotation, hinge and rotation in the wrist as well, ball peg in the upper chest area, ball peg in the waist, hips go forward and back, in and out, rotate around on the joint, disc knees, disc ankles, which also pivot a little bit, and you've also got your toe joint. So you should be able to get them into pretty much any pose you really need to. Let's go ahead and take a look at some accessories. Accessories-wise, first off, you get all your extra hands. You get 2 fist hands, 2 holding hands, 2 sort of open palm hands, 2 more relaxed open sort of palm hands, and then you get your 2 sword holding hands. And in terms of proper accessories, first of all, you get your movement gear, which does peg into the figure's hips, and it can be maneuvered around as you may desire to keep it out of the way. You get your pair of pairing swords. The blade can be removed from the handle if you so desire. You get some effect pieces that attach to the movement gear, 1 for the back and 2 for the 2 cable shooting bits. You get some firing cables to shoot out of those. You get these sort of strings with little hooks on them that you could use to suspend the figure from something, although I'm not sure how much I would actually trust doing that, but theoretically it could be done. And you get your cape, which you can peg into the back of the figure. And lastly, of course, you get your 3-jointed Figma stand, which you can peg into the figure's back and help with keeping them upright. So yeah, all those things should greatly increase your ability to pose your figures as you so desire. Now that wraps it up for all of our accessories, so let's move on to the packaging. Packaging-wise, you get a pretty standard Figma box. This particular one is sort of a brownish-red kind of color. Big window there to display the figure. Figma number 203, Mikasa Ackerman, Funimation and Attack on Titan logos. On the back you get various poses for the figure and some Japanese stuff that I cannot read. As always, these are good for in or out of package display. So yeah, Mikasa. Alright, that wraps it up for Mikasa, so until next time, goodbye! Thanks for watching one of my videos. If you enjoyed it, feel free to like the video or subscribe if you would like to see my future content. If not, run away. Run away and never return. Also, feel free to support me on Patreon at patreon.com/vrreviews. Follow me on Twitter at VenomRaptor09, or follow me on Instagram at instagram.com/vrreviews. Thank you, and goodbye.